Hey, it's Leopardess and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about products that I no longer use on my locks. So the number one product that I no longer use is Conceal soap. So when I first started my lock journey, Conceal soap was a thing that people talked about constantly. But one thing that you're going to learn through your lock journey is that things are ever changing. Just like how your hair is changing, things will forever change. You're not gonna use one product for the rest of your life. You're gonna change and use here and there. Now, not as much as you would if you had loose natural hair, but enough where it's like every 10 months, 6 months or something of that sort. But sometimes you gotta try products to really understand your hair. So the reason why I use Conceal soap is because it was a soap that was recommended by a lot of people that have locks. You know, just use Conceal soap. And I must say this, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Conceal soap. If you're using it, keep using it. It's not bad. It's just a product that I no longer use. If you are going to use Conceal soap, I do think the best one is the Dr. Bronner's Peppermint Conceal soap, because they have a Conceal soap that's like baby Conceal soap, unscented, and that will leave like oils and stuff in your hair. So make sure you use the Peppermint Conceal soap. I haven't, or the Orange Conceal soap. Those were the best ones that I've liked. I never tried the lavender one, but over time I just felt like it wasn't giving me what I needed, so I switched. So what I use to wash my hair now is the Trader Joe's Tea Tree shampoos. Now these products are basically the same thing, it's just a preference. If someone washes my hair with Conceal soap, Tea Tree, will I dislike it? No. Maybe one day the Trader Joe one will not work for me, so I will go back to the Conceal soap. But my hair needed a break from that, so I switched to the Tea Tree, and I love the Tea Tree. So that's one product you can definitely still use. There's nothing wrong with it. So moving on to the next product is Pomade. So I still love this product. This is basically just a grease, a beeswax based grease for your hair. Now, I do not use this product every day at all. I don't use it every day. All I use in my hair to moisturize my hair is my Loc moisturizing spray, my growth serum, and my egg serum. My egg serum is for my edges. My growth serum is just to keep my scalp moisturized and help promote growth. And my moisturizing oil spray just to keep my hair moistured. That's all I use on a daily basis or every other day basis. I don't use anything else. Now, where the Carol Daughters pomade comes in is when I do my retwist, I retwist with that grease. That's it. It's not even grease, it's like pomade. So I just retwist with a pomade, and that's all. I don't use anything else. Simple. Then for the rest of, until my next retwist, I do not put that back in my hair. It's just something heavy to kind of hold my locks. So I don't use that on my scalp any other time except when I'm retwisting my hair, and that depends on when or how often I'm gonna retwist my hair. That product is still good to me in my eyes. I would definitely recommend to not use too much. This is my #1 lock rule: all things in moderation. If you don't do things in moderation, it will be a mess. So don't over oil your hair, don't over oil your scalp, don't overdo it. Just do enough. Enough is enough. Anything that's too much will always cause a problem. So the next product that I used to use is also a shampoo. It's an argan oil shampoo. I don't really like it that much, but sometimes when I felt like switching up between my Conceal soap, I would use that one. It was recommended to me by a lady with locks. Now, what you guys have to remember is that everyone's locks are different, everyone's hair is different. So the best way when you're starting locks is to always ask questions. And you can always try things, but if it doesn't work for you, move on. So when I didn't feel like using my Conceal soap, I would switch to that, but it really isn't that great. I don't really like it that much. It doesn't do much for me. I would rather just use the Conceal soap or the Trader Joe's soap, like I said. One thing though is if I felt like my hair was too dry, like if I'm like, you know, like I need like a softer wash or something like that, I would use the argan shampoo. Now I don't do that at all. My hair is perfectly fine, but when I was, you know, getting to know my hair and understanding my hair, that's what I used to do. If you feel like your hair is like, you know, can't take another wash, or it's just, you know, it needs something just simple that's not too stripping, you can use that one, but it's not like at the top of my list, but it did help to solve that solution for me. So the next thing that I used to use is beeswax, Murray's beeswax. I still get questions about this on my old videos, like beeswax? Beeswax, yes, I used to use beeswax on my hair, and I don't use beeswax anymore. I use the pomade to retwist, or I retwist with oils, or I retwist with water. I don't use it anymore. even sometimes what I do too for a retwist is I'll use my growth serum and just put it all over my scalp, you know, and I'll just brush and retwist. You really don't need anything to retwist your hair with. You don't. But the one thing I can tell you guys why I use Murray's Beeswax is because it made retwisting and keeping my locks together easier. So I know a lot of people were against it. Don't use beeswax, don't use beeswax. I'm not anti-beeswax at all. I am far from it. I think that it's very beneficial in the starting process of your hair if you know, you don't want to deal with the hassle of your hair falling out too often. I felt like it kept my hair together. It kept a strong hold. But some people do too much. And like I said, all things in moderation. So if you're using like a clump of beeswax to retwist your hair, of course you're gonna have problems. Beeswax is like, it's so strong in hold that you only need a dab to retwist. So once my locks really reached maturity, I stopped using beeswax. I really did. But meanwhile, my hair was still in the start lock phase, I used beeswax, and I don't care what nobody says, I used it and my hair is perfectly fine. Don't let anybody though put a whole bunch of beeswax in your hair. If you're gonna use beeswax, use a dab and do not put it on your lock. Only put it on your new growth. And then you definitely need to use a shampoo like Casio soap or the Trader Joe's shampoo to help wash it out. And one thing that I used to do when I retwisted my star locks and I used beeswax is that if I didn't feel the petroleum on the floor when I was washing my hair, it wasn't out. So that's how I knew it was out. Like I would feel it under my feet. So it makes for a messy wash, but overall it helps. I don't have any buildup. I don't really do apple cider vinegar washes and things of that sort a lot. So I probably did like one in my whole lock journey, and my locks they look pretty good to me and they don't have buildup. So it's something that you can use, but I would definitely say be mindful of it. Don't use too much, just a little dab, and just don't do too much. But I'm not anti-wax, and I don't think I'll ever be anti. But I do think if you want to use wax, use it in the beginning phases and then leave it alone after. Leave it alone once your locks become mature and easy to retwist. So when I had starter locks, it was so hard to retwist the hair. Now I can retwist the hair very easily. So once you reach that phase where you could just leave it alone. Your hair has matured, leave it alone. But definitely not anti-beeswax. Neutrogena's anti-residue soap. So I don't really use that too much anymore. But if you're trying to get like wax out your hair, or your shampoo may feel a little heavy, if you're, you know, like if you feel like your hair is a little heavy to get something out, you would use the anti-residue shampoo and then you'd wash it over with the shampoo. But I haven't had to do that in a while. But I'm definitely not against using the anti-residue shampoo. I just haven't found a reason to use it anymore. Like I said, my hair routine is very simple. I use my Loc products and I retwist my hair every month, or every month and a half, or every 2 weeks, depending on how I feel. I retwist my hair depending on how I feel. So one time it might be a month, next time it might be 2 months, next time it might be a month and a half, next time it might be 2 weeks from now. So yeah, those are the main products I use in my hair are my Loc products and the pomade every now and then. And sometimes I don't even use the pomade. I'm really telling you guys, like, less is really more. Less is really more. So I haven't been using it. I used it more in my earlier journey, but now, no. So someone told me a story about where a loctician used wax to start her locks, and I don't agree with that at all. I used wax to maintain my new growth, not my lock, my new growth. I would not recommend anyone starting their locks with wax. I would say use something like aloe vera gel or water or like flaxseed gel. Like, you really don't need anything like crazy out here. Like, don't let them do that, especially if you're starting 2-strand twist. You don't need all that extra stuff. Like, 2-strand twist, you can twist your hair with some creams or some oils or something like that. You don't need nothing like heavy to retwist your hair with. And with comb coils, you can use flaxseed gel, aloe vera gel, you can use water. Like, don't let anybody start your locks with wax, because it's going to be hard to get out of the lock itself. But I told her to use the anti-residue shampoo and it came right out. Also, just wash it, you know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Thank you for all the wonderful comments about my hair. If you guys are interested in this hairstyle, make sure you guys check out the previous video before on how to get curly locks. If you like these earrings, make sure you guys check them out at leopardesscollection.com. Get 40% off using the promo code winter. But I appreciate you guys. Bye.